Hello everyone and welcome back to our reading of I Live in Your Basement. Today, Chapter 6. Let's get started. As soon as I reached the basement, I ran around, turning on all the lights, even in the laundry room. Jeremy picked up a pool cue and began to chalk the tip. "What is your problem, Marco?" he called. "Are we going to play or not?" "I like a lot of light," I told him. I peeked behind the big stack of cartons near the furnace. Then I squeezed behind the furnace to see if anyone was living back there. Nothing but a tall mountain of dust. I was beginning to feel a little silly. Why would anyone be living in my basement? The whole idea was crazy. I trotted over to the pool table and picked out a cue. Then Jeremy and I began to play. He sank the 3 ball in a side pocket. On his next shot, balls clattered all over the table, but nothing dropped in. My turn. I had to squeeze between the table and a concrete pole and tilt the cue up toward the ceiling. Not an easy shot. I missed everything. "Did you ever play pool with Grinny?" Jeremy asked, moving around the table to find his best shot. "No, never," I told him. "Is she any good?" He snickered. "She plays pool the way she plays softball. She hits the balls so hard she cracks them. A bunch of us were playing once at the youth center. Grinny sent a ball flying off the table and it sailed out the window." "Maybe she thinks she has to hit a home run," I joked. We both laughed. Laughing made the side of my head hurt. Thinking about Grinny made my head hurt. Jeremy bounced the 7 ball into the 8 ball. The 8 ball almost dropped into a corner pocket. "That was close," he sighed. "Maybe you don't know the rules of pool. If the 8 ball goes in, you lose." That's the only way I ever beat Jeremy. "The Franklin twins were playing at the youth center too," Jeremy continued, "and they got into a fight." I rolled my eyes. So what else is new? "It was so dumb," Jeremy said. "They were arguing over which is the 6 ball and which is the 9 ball. They started fencing with their pool cues, and then they smeared blue chalk all over each other." "Nice," I murmured. I hit the 12 ball, a solid shot, but it didn't go in. "Why do you think the Franklin twins fight all the time?" I asked. Jeremy thought about it for a moment. "Because they're twins," he said finally. "Even they can't tell each other apart, and so they have to prove they're different from each other." "That's very deep," I replied. I wanted to think about that, but a strange sound made me spin away from the table. A scratching sound, very close. A scratch, then a bump! "Did you hear that?" I whispered to Jeremy. He nodded. "Yes," he pointed to the stairs. "Another bump." We have a large pantry cabinet under the stairwell. The noises were coming from inside the cabinet. We both stared at the wooden cabinet door. Another bump. "There's someone in there," I muttered. "Someone trying to get out." Jeremy narrowed his eyes at me. "Why would someone be hiding in your cabinet?" I made my way over to the cabinet door. "Who's in there?" I called. No reply. A scraping sound. Someone right behind the door. "Who is it?" I repeated. No reply. I grabbed the cabinet door, took a deep breath, tugged it open, and screamed as a creature leaped out at me. Well, Quite an end to the chapter, isn't it? Nice cliffhanger. We'll find out what it is next time. Maybe it's this thing on the covers. Anyway, I'll see you next time. See ya!